I'm back from out of the store. While I was in the store talking to Muhammad, something else came to mind that I want to run by you. Long time ago, they used to have a advice channel. Not channel, but article or whatever you want to call it in the newspaper called Miss Manners, and you could ask Miss Manners questions about the proper fork to eat your salad with and other things, relationship things. You know, we generally went to another columnist called Dear Abby, and so you could write Dear Abby and ask her questions. Well, now in this new age there is Judy's, and these are generally a good Judy is a gay man who is a bottom that a lot of women go to them for relationship issues, work issues, friendship issues. You know what I'm saying. You probably know what a good Judy is. That's why I put the title on there. And so I wrote to a Judy to get Judy's opinion on a relationship situation, and I was just curious. I'm curious. I call into radio stations to talk to hosts and stuff like that, ask them different questions just to see what they will say. And one thing that I have really excelled at is doing the opposite that a good Judy tells me that I should do. I never do what they say do. And maybe it's because I'm really a skeptic on a lot of things, but I'm curious, you know, because I could be wrong. So I would send up my flag and see who salutes. That's a question that I already know the answer to, just to see what somebody else will say. And that lets me know whether or not this person has common sense, whether or not this person can be trusted, the information that they give me is trustworthy or not, or if they have some kind of hidden agenda. And what I have found is that most Judys have an agenda. They have an agenda, from recommending shoes to how you should deal with the relationship. It's a way of them manipulating a situation to influence popular culture, to have people who are not Judys to think and behave as the Judys do. And I find that repulsive myself, because they're not being helpful to the individual, you know. And there's a lot of women who are misguided these days because a lot of the mamas just gave up on it. And I'm gonna tell you why, as a mother myself. You raise people and you try to help people, and then you come to realize that, you know what, you're basically unappreciated, disrespected, and why do that? Why do that? Why exert all of that energy for such disrespect? You know, disregard, neglect. There's so many mothers, you know, that I have met over the years, a lot of them, who are completely ignored and neglected by their children. So many working moms, working women. I'm talking about black women, because I can't speak for white women, okay? I only know that situation from the outside looking in, and that's a mess, but that's another video. So when it comes to the Judys, a lot of times women think that they have some kind of insight because they're laying with men just like a woman lays with a man, but it ain't really the same, is it? It's not really the same, not really. And one thing I have noticed is that wives, especially these days, seem to be a lot like the Judys when it comes to manipulation and control and propaganda and brainwashing. Not all wives, but a lot of the wives who have been with their husbands for 30 years and all that kind of stuff, there's a whole lot of manipulation going on, and revenge, whether he knows it or not. So it's just interesting to me. And I was talking to the guys at the 7-Eleven. They are not American. They are Sikh. So they're from India. And so they asked me a question, you know, about being a black woman, being a mom. And so I answered their question and everything. They kind of like asked me their advice, and so they asked me my advice, and so I told them, you know, my viewpoint. But I gotta tell you, most black mamas, let me tell you something, we have hope until the bitter end, and even after that, you know, and we fight for our little underdogs and our disrespectful, no good, drug-addled, inmate children. Honey, we go through it. We go through it, honey, just trying to make a way, trying to find a way. Well, we got tired. And a lot of black mamas started using drugs themselves, pimping out their kids, doing all kinds of hellacious behavior because of anger. I'm just going to say what it is. Anger, disrespect, ungrateful men, you know. And I look at today, even today, Cardi B is with Offset, and she's like this and she's like that. Cardi B ain't cheating, but his behind is. Even Beyonce, what she went through with Jay-Z, chop, boy, bye. So many, and she up there talking about to the left. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You know, Eddie Murphy did a skit long time ago about, ooh, when a guy give it to a woman good and all this kind of stuff. Well, maybe that's for some women. As I said before in the previous, I'm not interested in that. I don't do the short game. I go for the long game. I'm not into basketball, you know. So anyway, I'm back home. I gotta get off here. I will see you later. Oh, I just got a new request for work. All right. Peace. I gotta go. And that's so stupid and that lame. Deuces. Peace. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.